Hey there guys, what's going on? Sir Sound here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're playing Dear Esther, Landmark Edition. The reason why I'm playing this game is because I did a live stream over on Twitch a couple of months back, probably even last year. I don't remember when I streamed this game, and I really liked it. I really did enjoy it, so I was like, I may as well do a couple of videos on it. Well, may as well do it. It's a short game, it's about an hour and a half long. So we'll cut that up into episodes. So let's hit start. And let's get into it. It's like a walking simulator type game. You walk, a bit of a story, a bit of a background. I really found it really good. So let's get straight into it.
Dear Esther, I've lost track of how long I have been here and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me. I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
Okay, so we're in the game. And actually I want to turn off large captions because they're very large, aren't they? Okay. So we got like some sort of a lighthouse. Wonder if that's going to play a part. No, this is cool. Got some sort of a toilet. Some sort of a room. Look at that light shaft coming through there, it's awesome. Cool. Oh. What is this? Someone's doing some quadratic equations or something. Okay, let's leave. Bloody hell. More paint. Or mushrooms or something. Bioluminescence. Now we can go up or down. Let's go up. We'll head up. From what I remember, that's only a beach down there, and you can see a view from up here anyway. This is as fast as I can go, by the way, as well. See, there's the beach down there. That was spooky. It's a very simplistic game. Just
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace.
can't actually go in that
They
cave.
say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Okay. So it looks like we can't actually go up this path. We have to go down to the beach. But will my light turn on? No. Right. Let's carry on. See if I can actually go across here without dying. No, we're down here. Okay. Ah, at least we get to explore the beach a bit. What's that? Oh, rubbish. Of course it's gonna be rubbish at the beach. Awesome. This would be cool to play in VR. I don't know if it's VR supported, probably not. More rubbish. Plastic bags. Big rock face here. Right.
There was once talk of a wind farm out here, away from the rage and the intolerance of the masses. The sea, they said, is too rough for the turbines to stand. They clearly never came here to experience the becalming for themselves. Personally, I would have supported it. Turbines would be a fitting contemporary refuge for a hermit. The revolution and the permanence.
Thought it was like blood or something. Look at the tower in the distance with the red light. I wonder if that's where we're going.
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, all the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
Okay. I'll pretend I know what he's saying.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Interesting. If you're like me and you've no idea what's going on, you just enjoy watching this, yeah. It's kind of what I'm, at the minute, what I'm like. But there's a, looks like a stone circle type thing. Stone, not a Stonehenge, but kind of similar. Oh, you can zoom. Ah. Didn't really know that.
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking. No tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
I'm just kind of like, basically how I played this game in the live stream. I was just in it for the journey. Just like, I couldn't make heads or tails of what's going on, but it's a trip and a half. There's a boat. It's crash. I played this like last year, so I remember it. It's still vivid in my mind, but I don't remember exactly what happens.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
What's in here, I wonder?
I threw my arms wide and the cliff opened out before me, making this rough home.
Oh, sweet
I transferred my
Jesus.
belongings from the bothy on the mount and tried to live here instead. It was cold at night, and the sea lapped at the entrance at high tide. To climb the peak, I must first venture even deeper into the veins of the island, where the signals are blocked altogether. Only then will I understand them, when I stand on the summit and they flow into me, uncorrupted.
Man, this is... Some dude must be having a trip. There's Yeah, sorry, there was like a cobweb or something floating down from the ceiling. Oh, there actually is a few cobwebs. I have to get my duster. Or some, just a jumper or something, just get rid of them. Dust is the enemy. Seagull flying off. Awesome. So we're heading up here. I think we're heading up here. Yeah, seems like it's a bit of a path. Oh, that means we're heading up to the stone circle. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully we find some secrets. So I'm not sure if I found any secrets when I was playing last. That stands out so much, doesn't it? The satellite dish, the radio tower, whatever you want to call it.
I've become convinced I'm not alone here,
Hmm.
even though I'm equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or
Candles?
why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
What candles? I don't remember any candles. Oh, we made it to Stonehenge anyway. Looks pretty cool. Make you know I was just doing that. Trust me, I'm just coming out of from being sick. I'm back in the. I was down here. Do I really want to go down here? Oh Christ! I felt like the character was going to jump off the cliff. No, that looks like death. Right. Thought maybe it was a good way to go. Running off a cliff. No, it's not going to be very good, is it? So, what do we do around here? Oh, what's this? A book and a Bible, or a chemistry, and can I pick any of this up? No. Okay. Guess we carry on. I have a few other games that I might play on the channel as well. I streamed The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. That was a really fun game. Really made you think. So does this one, if you actually try and think about what he's saying, kind of like the little story that's going on. It doesn't make sense, but yeah, it's fun. This is giving me the creeps. Because for me, it's much darker. But I'm just looking at my monitor here. It's a bit brighter for you guys, so you guys can actually see. What the hell? I can't see. Oh, there's a stone path. Okay, we got a loading screen.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Wow. There's a crashed ship here. Let's go and have a look. Nah, 6 1/2 dozen the other would go down here. I was going to continue on the path, but it doesn't really matter. I think the path carries on along the hill up there. Pretty sure. Must have been an awful storm to sink this boat. What the fuck is that? Did you see that on the hill? Oh, that just sent shivers down my spine. Oh, Christ. Did you see the black figure running? Or the black mist. It's like a ghost. God, are we... Maybe we aren't alone. I don't think there's much to do around here. I don't think we can go on the boat. Go through this container, though. What's that over there? Oh no, that's just a boy. Got... Creeped out now. Pretty sure there's nothing down here, but... Another bolt. What's this on the ground?
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Oh my god, what? Did he eat nor drink? Or... What's this say? Something... He did not... And... Not... And... Don't know. My brain just can't focus on that. Something he did not eat nor drink. And neither did he eat nor drink. Okay. There we go. You just had to move forward a bit to see what it says. Awesome. Wonder what was up. Pretty sure. I don't know if I went up this way last time. Wonder what's up here. Let's go have a look.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Ah. So Esther must have been killed by a drunk driver. Christ. That's a big hole.
What charnel house lies at the foot of this abyss? How many dead shepherds could fill this hole?
Okay, now. Bloody. Whoa. I think that was a bit of matrixing from the game. I'm fucking on edge now. Right, let's head up here, see what's up here. Oh, there's a house. There's an house. There's a house on the hill. What's this? It's like...
I've begun my ascent on the windless slope of the western side. The setting sun was an inflamed eye squeezing shut against the light shone in by the doctors. My neck is aching through constantly craning my head up to track the light of the aerial. I must look downwards, follow the path under the island to a new beginning.
Wait. What is that? That... Oh, maybe it's just a bit of plastic or something. Or like an umbrella, isn't it? See there at the house? Looks... It's flapping in the wind. Maybe it's just a bit of a tarp or something.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s.
Yeah.
By then, shepherding
Maybe
had
it's a crack.
formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians.
It's moving. It's
He was
gone.
not considered a
gone
man
in.
of breeding by the mainlanders.
It's gone in the house.
He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Do we really want to go in here? Chasing a black figure? God, let's do it.
heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light. I sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I've always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Can we go? Don't think we can go up there. So we must have to go down. Yep, let's head down. Head down the mountain. What's going on there with that bit of grass floating? Wait, what? Textures. Awesome. Ooh, what's down here? Ooh. Is it like a cave? Looks like a cave, maybe. We'll have a look. God almighty, I wish you could run faster in the game. This is driving me soft. Oh. Cool.
He left his body to the medical school and was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing.
Jesus.
The report is included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver, scrambling his organs like eggs on a plate.
Jesus.
But enough definition remained for a cursory examination, and, as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stones. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit. Although its use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
Still can't wrap my head
They
around
found
it.
Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose.
Jesus.
All around him, small flowers were reaching for the weak sun. The goats had adjusted happily to life without a shepherd and were grazing freely about the valley. Donnelly reports they hurled the body in fear and disgust down the shaft, but I cannot corroborate this story.
Cool. Looks like we got some boats that have crashed here. Wooden boats, so they've been here a while. Kind of like walking through the bones of a beast. Looks like we're going into that cave, maybe. Not sure. Yeah, I'd say we're going in the cave.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Final ascent. Cool. I'm going to leave this episode of Dear Esther Landmark Edition here. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, if you did, drop a like, rating, comment, and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, why don't you share the video around with your friends? That also helps out the channel. Alright guys, thanks a million, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.